Hello everyone. Janna is here and I'm not sure if it's actually live or not, because I'm trying to do live streaming, which I was trying for quite a while and it didn't work. Finally, hopefully I got it right, and I don't know if I can hear, if there is a volume at all. I'm not sure. Hello? Okay. It looks like I can hear, but I'm not sure if the volume is good. I guess, yeah, it kind of sounds like really quiet. Not very loud, I have to say. But hope it's going to be alright. And it's a little bit delay by the sound of it. I'm not sure again if it's some settings. I haven't been streaming for quite a while. Oh, okay. Hi, Chris. I can hear you, Janna. Good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to just turn off the volume so I wouldn't interrupt. And there is still not full picture. I have no idea why it's not the full screen, really. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, at least you can see something and hear something, and then maybe after this one I'll try to again play with the settings a little bit more, and to see how I can stretch the screen, because I was trying to and it didn't work. But anyway, so guys, I just was finally trying to do this a bit of the streamings to show you a bit of the setups, how I do setups. You know that I don't trade right now, so it's a demo account, and I will be showing you the setups, the usual setups I'm sending to my Telegram channel, and also why I decided to do also this demo account, because I have another setting in the EA which is fully automatic. It's like completely hands-free, and I have tried that setting a while ago on the Cent account, and unfortunately it blown the account. Yes, and that's why I thought, okay, this time I will do it on demonstration one, and there is another setting in there which reduce the amount of the trades, because when I first time tried that setting, tried that setup in the EA, there was unlimited number of trades, and I remember that EA took so many trades and it just couldn't cope with it, and eventually it just didn't have enough leverage and it's blown the account. So now we have there the new setting in there is amount of the trades could be limited. Okay, so and I'm going to show you a little bit around with all the settings, and also thanks to everyone who left comments on the previous video with if you want me to continue to do those setups or not, because you know I'm not trading right now, but you know I know quite a lot of people are subscribed and still trading, and they really want me to continue to send those screenshots for you guys. So that's why I decided to make these videos, because a lot of you said like, thank you so much, it works, but still questions. Okay, so there are still questions about how it works. There are some new people also who only started to trade and they just can't understand how I'm placing the orders. Also, there are questions about why not to take bigger take profit, and that's why actually on this account, well, while I'm kind of like a bit of resting myself and not trading at this moment, but I'm going to test some theories, right? So I'm going to do one setup with my usual setting, where it's only I'm going for a smaller take profit, like about 120 200 points, and the other half of the lot trails, and another setting would be with the bigger take profit. So of course, as you know, I do also analyzing the market, right? And of course, I prefer more to, you know, top up during the trade. If there is a positive trade, the good trade makes profit, and I'm just usually would like to top up a bit. But of course, I can see that well, you will see me how I analyze the market and see where the possible could be bigger move. But you know, because I'm actually placing it through the Asian session, like for example, now the market is closed and I'm going to look for the possible entry points, and I'm not going to be able to watch the market, right? And during Asian session, it's not as good when the market moves during the day like American session. So that's why usually I like to place the smaller take profits, right? But I'm going to show you and also explain some bits and give you some ideas on how to look at the bigger possible entry points. And of course, that's what I want to test, to show you what is actually works better, right? When you just go for the smaller ones or for the bigger take profits. And another setup, I'm going to have this fully automatic one. Of course, I probably should have just like have separate accounts, but it's just too much things. So I just felt like, you know, I'll just open one account and then just place all those settings, and we will see what's going to happen. Yeah. And which way it would work better. And of course, you know, guys, that's so my main strategy is with the smaller take profit, and also I do scalping, but this moment I'm not going to scalping because, like I'm saying, I'm not all day watching the screen, because the scalping, you really need to watch out the screen all day, and that's how it works. But we will see at some point. Maybe, you know, I will still have some days, a little bit of when I will be able to just to sit a bit more and to try to do a little bit of scalping to show you how I do it. So okay, now let's just so I'm gonna go through, you guys. You see I have 4 windows here, so you'll be able to see it. I don't know if it's moving. I can see it's a little bit of delay, but I really hope it's all keep going. I'm just checking out on my computer, and I'm moving the mouse, and I can see it's not moving at the same time. Now it started to move. Okay, anyway, maybe I shouldn't look at it because it's definitely a little bit of delay. So the first one, right? So at this moment you see the face. So that's the EA, right? So those of you who works with the EA, obviously the signals I'm sending to Telegram channel, my pending orders, of course, you can read them without using the EA and use them without using the EA. But again, guys, it's a warning, right? So all the risks you take yourself, money management, risk management, please calculate, because you know it's like you can make money, you can lose money. It's all up to you. It's your funds, and you decide what you do. So that's what I usually do, and that's how I trade, and that's what I'm sharing with you, my experience, guys. So if you disagree, then please don't follow, and just please change the channel. It's all up to you. So basically that's the EA. So this moment you see the face is not happy, right? So when I press auto trading, you see the face is happy, and I'm also trading MT4. I still prefer MT4 than MT5. It's a little bit different. On MT5 would be not the smiling face, it would be different picture there, but this is with MT4. I've been trading this like many years now, and that's why I used to that terminal better than MT5. So I'm going to switch it off, because basically the market will open, and we will have we can have gap, we can have wide spreads, and so for that no active orders should be until the market opens and trades for about few seconds, minutes, depends with which broker you work, and when the spread settle down, right? So when it's like from wide, it goes back to normal. Then that's when usually I place the orders. Okay, but at this moment it's better to make video right now, because it would be like really late for me. It's like it would be midnight, and I would be really tired. So that's why I'm just going to show you everything right now, and then of course if they open the market, it will be all going active, right? So we do have settings. So this is going to be the first setting. with the EA, as you can see, I place the pretty much the same setup I'm sending to Telegram channel. I maybe some bit of the difference, but whatever is in Telegram channel, that's the setup. I mean, okay, I changed a little bit take profit right now. So basically, I know some of you saying it could be a bit too small. So you need to see what the spread you have with your broker, and you might need to, of course, increase it, because when you're trading, you will realize if it closes too fast, or it make like break even or something. It could be just very small because of the bigger spread. So that's why you can put up to 200, the smaller one, for example, but I'm placing at this moment, I'm doing it here as about 180. And because lately the market was not moving quite a bit, making enough movements for those 200 original pips, that's why I changed it to 180. Okay, so the stop loss the same. Again, after closing half positions, you see that's the setting, close half and trail, and I have a stop loss break even after 180. Then we have a little bit of slippage, because previously a while ago, when I didn't have this option, and I would have just put it on a break even, and just a second, the price when it moves, it could slip, and then there would be like a little loss. So that's why I have this setting, and then I'm using that one. It's usually, if sharply turns around, usually it's close out not in break even, but with very little profit. Okay, so that's what it is for, so just to avoid those small losses. So trailing is after 300 pips we're gonna do trail, and trailing stop is 200 while I'm having a step 200, and I'm sure it's the same settings in the Telegram channel, but you can check plus minus. And this is the recovery system. I'm going to use also recovery system in here, and so the settings are pretty much the same for recovery system. Again, like I'm saying, guys, with the lot size you have to decide yourself. So I'm just going to put maximum here, well, not maximum is 100, but I'm put quite a high recovery order. And what else we have here, and the distance, right, 244, it's for the pending orders. Okay, nothing else, you just ignore everything else. And so I already set it up, so I'm going to press OK. So it's all usually would refresh itself when you make any changes, and that's it. So we do have, that's the usual, like normal setup. Okay, that's the one. So the next one, I'm going to have two in here, and that's what the good thing about the CA, it's like you don't need to, like only have the same settings for any trades you want to do. So on the same pair you can do like different settings, like for buy order, for sell order, you can do buy stop, sell stop, limit, and you can have different settings for buy or sell. So that's why I have these two. At this moment I did set it up them a little bit, so I'm not going to have a take profit on them. You see I have a 0, and I'm going to have the same stop loss, but the main here would be like, for example, I'm not going to go for the full profit, right? So I could put like here profit, maybe I want like you're saying you want to see, maybe it would be better working with the bigger profit, like maybe 1,000 points, right? Like 100 pips or 1,000 points, or even more, because we know the market, the gold moves, could move during the day 100, 150 and up to 200, but it's not every single day, right? But from time to time it moves like this. So for example, here right now I just put 500 break even to move stop loss, and you see the slippage buffer is now 200 points. So basically if which is 20 pips, which means when the market moves in our direction, it's not going to close half positions, it's just going to keep going and move stop loss after 500 and goes to 200. So if market turns around, then I'm going to walk out with 200 points profit. If it continues, then whatever, because it's going to be trailing. Okay, and after it moves 1,000 points or 100 pips, so basically after 500 we're only going to have a stop loss moved to break even with plus 200 points. I hope I'm not confusing you. I know it sounds confused, but you might understand afterwards and maybe write some questions if you would have, and I'll try explain again. And so the trail will start after the market moves 1,000 points. So basically it's kind of like looking for the profit already around 1,000, where I'm going to have trailing stopped about 200. So we're not going to get, who knows, it might move more than 1,000 points, and then with trailing it's going to close the trade eventually, right? Or if it's moves 100 and then turns around about 200, so might take about 800 profit, plus minus, right? So it would be a little bit closer to wherever we have a stop loss, because yes, in the first setting the stop loss is bigger than the take profit. In this we have a little bit, we're trying to get about the same take profit, but I'm not going to put as exact take profit because, you know, of course the market can turn around, but we will see. Maybe I'll try to test that way also, which I believe with my previous experience trading, that the bigger take profits, they are not as good when you go in for the smaller ones, okay? Because we're trying to get with the more trades, I'm trying to get more trades, smaller ones through the day, right? Because it's not just like that one trade, only one. This one, if we'll go for bigger take profit, then we would be looking at one trade a day, right? Because this movement might only happen once a day. And that's why, yes, so you can place and hope that during the day the market would move in your direction, wherever 100, you might put like 100, 150 pips. And just wait for that. If not, then it's stop loss hit, and then recovery will be trying to recover it. So we will see. Maybe I'll try it that way too. But at this moment, yes, so I have that's the only difference. The recovery is exactly the same, except the only one difference here, you see, when we do have profit, then recovery objective is go for profit, right? So it's going to make return of the what we've lost plus profit. In this one we don't have profit, so it will be trying to make a return of no loss. Plus if we have a little bit of recovery factor, it might get a little bit, we'll try to get a little bit more than just to cover the loss, okay, in here. But this needs to be changed. That's the setting. You see, the profit, when you do want to make profit, if you don't want the year recover with the profit, then you just place with the loss. And this one has to be changed, because definitely if you leave the profit, it will be zero. It will be trying just to recover wherever it wants, okay? So it wouldn't be specifically trying to recover the whole loss it made, like all those 900 points. Okay, so in here there is nothing else needs to be done. Yep, everything else is the same, and that's it. And I have another one is the same, so they're pretty much the same. The only, I will be changing the settings, of course, when I will tell you what I'm expecting for the market to do next day, right? So now that's the two, and we will see them, the difference in the results. Well, first of all, with lot size, I changed all the lot sizes for them, and of course in the commentary it will be, in the history it will be seen which one made the trade. That's what I forgot to show you. If you will be want to do something similar, you have to change the reference number, you see, guys, because if it will be the same reference number, it will be treating exactly the same all the trades. But if you change this last number, so I have 1, 2, 3 and 4, they all will work separately, okay? The all 4 will work separately on the same pair. If you're trading different pairs, you don't need to change anything. If you want different setups on the same pair, then you have to change this reference, okay? So now I'm going to close. So now we know that all 4 of them will work completely separately from each other. And finally the last one. So basically, guys, I placed the lot sizes, yeah? So like I'm saying again, with risk, usually I would say the best is to start with 0.02 per $10,000 account. If there will be a recovery system and quite a bit of the trades. If, for example, it's only one trade a day or something, then I would say yes, it's possible to increase the lot size, but it's just safer to use the lowest one. Right now I'm risking quite a lot, but because of course I don't care at this moment, that's why I put higher lot size. Of course, if I would be doing it on real account, I wouldn't put this big lot sizes on all of those setups, because we're going to have a lot. So as you see, even with only not 10, on the other ones I put 0.20 in total, they might end up in few lots. And yes, it's very risky, but it's just easier going to be to see. See, for the first one I put 0.30, the biggest one. For the other two, not 20, because we're going to look for the bigger take profits. And the last one is smallest, not 0.10, because this is going to be fully automatic one, and it will be trying to get up to 5 trades. Okay, so you can get, so that's why I don't want to risk it, where I could have actually put a bit more trades. This is the setting for that. You see, I'm leaving exactly the same setting as the first setup, where with the only 180 pips points, which is 18 pips only, trying to, because it is a scalping. Okay, it uses some indicators, and it looks for the small move. It doesn't go in trying to catch the bigger move. Okay, so, and all the setup is the same, the settings, and here is that what we have, the new active trade limits, and that number could be changed for whatever number. So I'm going to try with 5, and everything else I have exactly the same. Just going to say, yeah, we're going to recover is profit, all the other ones exactly the same, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the only difference here, and this is going to be completely hands-free. Okay, that part. So that's it. Okay, so that's all the settings I have, and you see, for that one, don't need to look at where it's gonna go, what's gonna do. It's just gonna go itself. Now let's see, guys, where I'm going to place the orders, basically, right? So we have only about 20 minutes, about 30 minutes, something like less than 30 minutes opening on the market. So gold, right? Let's have a look what happened. Well, actually, I sent you here was the previous trade. Remember, last night we had like really nice buy here. The movement happened, but you see, I could not remove the sell order. I did not tell you in Telegram, like remove the stop loss, not stop loss, the sell stop, right? But usually what I'm trying to say is that if you are in one profitable trade, then cancel the opposite. So basically I can't always do it, because you see, once again, guys, I'm telling you, see, it's like, it's Asian session, right? The movement happened, well, I don't know, it happened at some, what time did it happen? You see, like, well, I mean, on the terminal it shows it's about 3 a.m, but I think it's my time, it's about 2 a.m or something. Well, anyway, 3-4 a.m, which of course I'm not at the screen. So when the market, if you are at the screen, basically you're in different time zones, right? So you can, okay, if it makes you profit, but what is, yes, sometimes I do not remove the opposite order, okay, I do not, but only when the movement is not very big. So for example, if it started to go and it took you into the trade, made profit, close out, then I might leave it and see if it's going to try to turn around. So when it doesn't turn around, usually, let's say if it goes from here, we have like 244, 400, let's say, and that's it, like maybe up to 500, and then reverses, then I would say usually I wouldn't remove the opposite order, right? I would just leave it, just expect it come back in the same area, and then continue also nicely other way. But you see what happened here, the movement was quite big. So that's another tip for you guys, bear in mind. You see, there was 120 something pips move, and of course when from there it didn't continue, it started to fall down, then it's already has to go through quite a lot. It's a big move already. We know that that's what gold expectation of gold of movement, right? About 100, 150, 200 pips. And you see, when it's already done, then we would be expecting a possible reversal, especially if there is nothing else going on, like no news, anything. So it's just like a normal gold move. That's why, of course, I would have canceled the opposite if I would be able to see it, but I was still not by the screen. and by the time I saw it, it already took me into the sell. Okay, so and but it was recovered eventually. Yes, it was recovered, but it could have been avoided. See, it could have been avoided, and no need for that recovery. And I sent some other trades today, few of them. I think also was there. I think around here or something. Yeah, there are a few ones, and that movement was in, and the other one. So yeah. So that's I'm just like trying to tell you guys. Yes, if you see if it's a big move or something, then of course better to cancel it. But again, money management, risk management. Okay, it all depends. Like bigger accounts, smaller lot sizes, you know the risk is not much risk, then fine, can leave it. If not, then better to cancel it. Okay, and cancel it in, of course, if the market, for example, returns, because you see that's what happened. The market returned, but it went down, but not too much. It didn't go further and did not close those half positions and then turned around. So that's what happens. So basically, when it was turning around, then it was possible to use again the same area, the same orders, and then catch that move on the way up. Okay, so that's how I usually do it. So yeah, now let's just trying to figure out of what to do. If I'm going to place the bigger take profits, or I'm going to use the smaller. Well, smaller I'm going to use anyway, but where I am and how I'm analyzing it. So first of all, let's go on a bigger time frame. So we will see actually gold. Remember, I was analyzing on the weekend the analysis, right? My expectation was that gold will continue going up, and well, I was also saying it could be in gap, but there was no gap. The gold just created a new maximum, right? We had 24.50 roughly, somewhere like 24.49, whatever, and it's broke. And look, at this moment, it has a pullback, and it's actually stays out above the previous maximum. Okay, so yes, created new maximum, now it stays above it, the previous one. Okay, not the new one, but the previous one. So this kind of like tells me again that it should continue going up, right? It's just like logical. We do have a good run. We have, you see, all of those lows, they're all higher, all the tops higher, and eventually we pull back and staying above the previous maximum. So yeah, but you know, gold can do just whatever it wants. That's why, yes, expectation, possibility, continuation of the movement up. And we do also have that one big channel. And if I'll go on a monthly one, you see this is huge one, and which I was also showing a long time ago. And we have kind of a little bit the possibility of going to 2500 in high, right? 2550, whatever. Nobody knows now where it's going to be the new top. Okay, which is probably going to be, because this is not really showing or telling me that it wants to reverse. I mean, okay, it's created like a little pin, and in here, so yeah, I mean, it could possibly be trying to go down, could possibly be, but at this moment it just no confirmation or anything, except just like, yeah, okay, the daily one has a little bit of that red candle. Like I'm saying, with the strategy really doesn't matter, right? And in here we don't have much of, I mean, this little top for me showing lower than the previous one, and gold likes to do this type of double tops kind of, right? But usually it would still leave a little bit of pins in here, but it didn't leave anything on the smaller. See, on the 4-hour time frames, nothing. That's why my expectation would be it should still continue to go up. It's just a little bit of what to see and what to think, right? So that you see, when you think into trying to catch the bigger move, then you have to really think hard, like, okay, so what is it going to do? For example, on my smaller one, I'm not going to think too much here, right? So I have this little consolidation already, right? I have a little bit of here, what I'm going to do. I have a little bit of this little previous one, which is a bit higher, and that not very strong, I would say. Yeah, it's like pins and little candles, so it's not very strong. It has a little bit of risk of placing orders here, but If, for example, it goes up a little bit and touches that possible channel, we have here, you see, about 45 pips. But is it going to be enough? So I have 24 pips, right? From, if I'll place, okay, let's just do it like, yeah, I'm going to place like buy stop. That's my area, because, well, I can see the market slowing down. I'm going to bet on 15 minutes to see that little channel I'm talking about. You see, it's not very strong channel, so basically it is a little bit risky. So what I would have usually wanted to do is, of course, to wait for a little bit more of consolidation, or whatever it wants to try to go a little bit high, a little bit low, because that's what I would be expecting. It can't do something like this. So that's why it's a little bit risky, because we also have that previous, you see, the little channel here, and that's what the price might stay in that range a little bit, right? So at this moment it's a little bit low, so I'm going to place it and just see and think. And of course the sell stop, looking at placing around this area, right? Again, so that kind of, I would just not think and just place it like this, and wherever happens, like recovery system should still pick up if it's going to be a losing trade. So now you see, if the market opens, I don't know if it will be gap, of course, maybe little gap will jump up straight away, then of course it has to be cancelled and just waiting for what happens again. If, for example, few minutes nothing is going to happen, or like about 30 minutes, I mean, if it will jumps up and started to be just moving a little bit chaotically in that area, then I probably would just say either no orders or using that level, right? And see if that will be breaking out this level. But then going to be another risk in here, creating a pin. So it might like go, break out and come back, you see, because we still have that little area, and that area can screw us a little bit, you see. So previously it was a little bit wider, like 60 something pips. So it's quite possible maybe, to leave that area and, for example, maybe to place something like this, right? Or again, to use that level, because we do have level lines which can be changed to trend lines, and then I can, for example, so it's not buy stop, for example, I can use on a trend level. See, it's just but again, like I'm saying, it might have a little pin come out from it, so you see, you can just place it like this. And then, of course, if the market will be sitting in here, breaking out there and trying to go up, so that's where it's going to be 244 above. And again, about these trend lines, I was also showing and telling you before, guys, if you would look at it, you see the buy stop, it's going to be just tracking it. There is no exact, I mean, okay, it shows at this moment the numbers, but it will be tracking, okay? So it will be tracking that, and it could be higher, it could be lower. That's the difference between the horizontal will be the exact ones breaking out lower or high, but this one, it could be higher, it could be lower, and like go into this and then breaks out. It's always going to be tracking it. So yeah, but you see, that's what only what I would have to think about when I'm placing the smaller ones, right, with the only 180 points. So the problem is, yes, is it going to really break out or not? So basically it's like I'm saying again, it's a very narrow channel. I don't really like this, and maybe I'll just easier, I mean, I know it would be better to have a trend line, but maybe I'll just try to put it a bit high, just expecting that possible it can. But like I'm saying, at the same time, even if it's going to break out that small one and trying to go, it's very tight. It is very tight. You see, that's it's very tight, and then might just go 300 and something, and then we're not going to get any profit, and then it might turn around. Of course, it might break out and continue the way up, but we don't know. So, well, let's say, for example, I leave them here a little bit, yes, based on that channel still more. And we will see, maybe that's a little bit higher, like this, a little bit closer, more looking for better one, the one was before. So for example, right? So that would be like, that's it. I wouldn't think of anything else. So if I am thinking about the bigger take profit, so now the fun begins, right? So what do we know? Well, first of all, of course, on the bigger time frame, it's huge move, and of course we're expecting a possible correction of that huge move, even though yes, it stayed above the previous top, like a pullback and expectation of going up. But what if it will go for correction? Then we can use, for example, Fibonacci levels, which that's where I'm starting to look. For example, it started to go for correction, yeah, and we have 23 level, the first one where the market might go and then reverse, right, or slowing down for going for correction before, for example, it will continue, decide to go somewhere like 1561, the most popular areas. But let's say this is going to be something like that, right? So that's the first. Next, of course, I'm going to be looking at the previous tops and highs, the previous day. So previous day we do have well, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's the day. That was the other one. But why I decided to go for, well, I looked for the other one. We have here, right, the bottom. This is the previous day. That's, well, we have the lows of the another one. But why I looked at it, because we did not break. Basically, at some point I would have to draw them, because, of course, expectation of when the gold will start to go down, it will be taking all those bottoms one by one, right? Because that's what all the pairs do, right? At some point they go back and they take tops and bottoms. And well, if we will take that previous day, so it did not take, and then we have another one here. So these are all could be possible reversal areas or slowing down areas. That's why I always look at them as I'm going to do top ups usually. But let's say at this moment we want to try to get to go for bigger profit instead. So for example, if I am right, and of course that's our day, and we have, this is the minimum. So basically, again, if we think that gold might go and take that previous low and create another low, so from here down to here I have what, only about 80 something pips, right? Which means I have my 244 to get in, right? And then only like whatever, like could be another 20 or 30 only to go further, because as we see the market is in still uptrend, an expectation it might not continue further down. So then let's say I would think that possibly from this point at this moment it might only go to the previous low and create a slightly lower low. So basically I'm not going to go for like expecting go down over 100 pips, right? So, and on the other hand, going up, we do have that previous top, which kind of took another one here, right? We had here one, and this one gone high. So that's why, for example, at this moment I might think, would it try to go and retake another high again? Well, basically next tomorrow we are not going to have any kind of news which could make big impact, right? So basically this day could be very slow, and that's why I'm saying that like could be really careful, maybe use the lowest lot size, because we might, if we will go in a slow day, then it might have smaller moves, right, and then get us into the few recovery attempts. So who knows, but not expecting big movements, possibly, yes. And as for that, let's say I'm not going to expect it to try and to take the stop. Possibly it's going to be the day after, because there will be some news for American dollar, of course. And of course, we're not forgetting, I mean, okay, geopolitical situation, anything can happen. But let's say nothing geopolitically, didn't see any new red news, financial news. So that's why I can use again Fibonacci levels to see if it decided, the market will decide just to go for correction again, right? For of that movement, right? So for correction of that movement. And then in here, because it is a smaller movement, then I would expect that possibly the market can go not just to like small, like 38. It's already gone 23. You see, it stopped around 23 level. So next is 38. That's what I was saying. I'm worried that from here we will only go to there. But also you see 50 and 61. So for example, if the market will decide not to try, well, we also have 71 around here somewhere would be. And expecting if the market will not be trying to take another high, so it might just go for the most popular 61.50, right? So that means from here, or even from this area, we have, again, it's only 30 pips left and only 70 pips left for the next, right, for 61. So basically at this moment I don't think that I want to place the bigger take profits, right? Because I do not see, well, of course, if for example the market will decide to make the big move and take the stop, then yeah, we have this 200 pips, which is quite big move could be. But I'm just like I'm saying, I can't see any news tomorrow, which is already in like 2 minutes for me, or anything which can make that move. My expectation would be might go just a little bit, maybe a little bit higher, maybe down, maybe sit in here a little bit, and then during the day that might be a bit more visible. I mean, for, let's say right now I'm looking at Asian session, right? And we're gonna have UK, London, European session, and then of course American session. So maybe closer to American session, because like Asian session might be like very quiet, but London session might be a little bit more and gives us a bit more view on before American session to place the orders. But that's how I would look at it. That's why I'm just thinking, do I really want to place those bigger ones? I mean, like the saying, expecting maybe go for those bigger take profit, expecting still market to go up more with that, trying to take the top, and of course placing the smaller, or just leave, for example, sell order to leave as it is, and not place the one expecting it could go further down. And then just I could go and place, for example, in one of those, just place the buy order here, for example, yeah, and expect, I mean, pending order again, right, and expect a possible bigger move towards the previous top, the new one. Okay, so look guys, we have now the market opened, so we just can see it looks like no gap or anything, so just going like showing, you see the spread, see how wide spread is. That's why no active orders while the spread is. We're just going to wait for it to come down a bit, and then we will see. Maybe while I'm continue to making the video, it will to be honest, I'm going to remove at this moment. I haven't even sent anything yet, because what I'm going to do, I have something here. I'm just going to remove this one too. So that's the fully automatic one, and I'm going to now to turn it on, because this one really doesn't going to trigger anything with this bigger spread. It doesn't really matter for it much. I mean, it kind of does matter, but yeah, I'm going to turn it on. So we have a smiley face. That's the important bit. And now I'm going back to the setup and just to think, I'm going to really expect the place bigger take profits, or still leave the smaller ones. Okay, so you see, that's the point of thinking. For example, if we've seen that one of the previous ones, right, it went like 180 from here again, you see, I don't even remember, I think I didn't even place any orders here, because you see it moved up a bit down and then it's moved, but again, what time? Quite early, and the movement happened. You see, when you have a bit more clear. Here we had like a little pattern in here, for example. See, would have been a stronger setup. When you have patterns, then you expect bigger movements, and then it would be better to, for example, would have been placing something like this. But at this moment, because it is so tiny, that little channel, I'm not sure. I mean, we had here really nice also little channel, but we also were in uptrend. An expectation of taking the top is it was, you see, 170, and then market went even higher. So that's possible to think and decide to, you know, to go for it or not. But again, we're so close to the previous once again the previous top, which maximum it's broken. It's only about 70 something, you see, pips in here, which, like I'm saying, the possibility it might go, take it, come back, give a little pin, come back, go up, give a bit pin, and come back. So you see, in this situation, it would have been better maybe just to look to watch the area, you know, not place any orders, because if nothing is going to happen during the day, tomorrow, well, today already, then next day or wherever it's going to be, we need a bigger move to, if it's going to be in a recovery, right? So we need a bigger move, and of course the bigger move expectation would be going either one way, or if it's going to sit around this area and eventually break it through, then of course you see the movement something 100, and then to the next bottom low, to the next low. So that would be expectation if, for example, the market will decide to stay in some kind of like this area, and then let's say we'll take middle, right? So this is about 300 up and 200, 300 down. So kind of in the middle between the some tops and lows of that movement. You see, guys, of that movement. So that's why for now I think I'm just going to place the smaller usual setup, and just see how the automatic one will go. So let's just see. I mean, you see, I need now a little bit of more time still. It's because the spread is still wide, so that needs a little bit to come down, so I can place the orders really. So I think I'm going to stop talking at this moment, because I gave quite a bit of overview of this. So right now it just needs a little bit more time, and I'm going to come back and place those orders. Just, you see, it's very slow, and I'm going to wait for maybe about 20 minutes or maybe longer, and to make the final decision what to do here. But I'm going to switch off the microphone, so you're not going to hear me, and because I'm just telling you, I'm going to walk away, and hopefully it will continue to stream, and will not stop, and you will be able to see. But anyway, if it will stop, I will try to go live during the day. So maybe during the day. If not, I will try to go live at night again, like that late. So basically it's London time is 11 right now, isn't it? It's about 1, because an hour behind me, because for me it's midnight and London is an hour behind. So it's 11, and I started around 10ish London time, so wherever you are. So that's about the time. I will try to do some streams. Of course, I should have really sent it to my Telegram channel to say that I started streaming, but completely forgotten about it. Yeah, because it's late, really late. It's really hard to concentrate. So I hope, yeah, I gave quite a bit of explanation of everything else, and for now I'm just going to just wait. Okay, so not going to be any volume, guys, but it's continuous streaming. Okay, so I'm not switching it off, and just not sending the screenshots to Telegram either, and but it's all there. It will be in just a few minutes. I decide wherever it's better to place or better not to place, and just maybe wait for later, maybe during the day something, because you see I'm not also be able to get up too early. Really good movements, of course, before a European session, like opening European session. There are some good entry points out there, but it's a bit too early for me. So yeah, I need a bit different time zone, to be honest, to change the time zone a bit. But can't do anything about it, so we'll try to catch wherever we can the moves. Okay, well, that's it for now, guys. So yeah, happy trading, everyone. Bye for now. Bye. Okay guys, so just a quick I placed the orders, and I have decided to use the smaller channel, okay, because as you can see, the few minutes the market stayed inside, it didn't make any other movement. So basically the first possible expectation, it might just touch the channel level and go a little bit higher. That's why I'm leaving only the smaller take profit, and the same if it decide to go down, the expectation, it might just go to the next to the previous low, maybe just a little bit lower to the previous high, which is a support now. So that's what my expectation of movements here could be, just be a little bit smaller. So if, for example, the market comes out from here and stays above in this area, that would be a possible stronger area for breakout of this level and go for bigger profit. Okay, so only if it does that, and from other hand also staying in this area, something higher, also going back down, that's also where I would possibly look at the bigger take profits. Okay, so this is just for you, if I will not be able to get back to the screen to see and look for the next possible entry points, but that's how I look at it. Okay, so now I have done for now, guys, and well, hopefully I'll speak to you later in the day, if it will continue to do streaming, or I will talk to you again about the same time, so like about 10, sometimes after 10 London time, and maybe I'll try to actually send to Telegram JannaFX the starting of the stream. Okay, I just forgotten about it to do it today, so maybe I will remember next time. Okay, well, this is it for now, guys. Yep. Happy trading, everyone. Okay, and bye for now.